All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gunner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new review. This time it is to talk about Watford versus Arsenal and that miserable, boring game. To join me, I have my brother from another mother, Mr. Lee Gunner. Say hello to the people.
How you doing? Yeah, let's dissect this shit and let's be brutal with it as well. Let's not beat around the bush as well, Chris. Yeah, let's just fucking go straight in and just say it how it is instead of dressing it up all the time.
Bro, you know I'm about that. You know I don't run no PG ship over here, so just say what you feel. That's my feelings on it. From my perspective, so I watched the game yesterday. I was on a pub crawl actually for a birthday because once I found out I couldn't go to the match, I figured I might as well go to that. Yeah, it was difficult to watch. I'll be honest, because I watched it with, apart from a pub full of people, I watched it with two Man United fans, and to me, it was pretty evident. There was once upon a time, one of those Man United fans I've known for about 20 plus years. And I've watched a game with him before, Arsenal versus Man United games. And there was always a time during that game when he was a little bit worried if Arsenal were playing well or had a passage of play. Because we used to be, once upon a time, I know for you kids that are recently watching Arsenal, this might be a shock to you, but we used to be a half decent side, believe it or not. And it was pretty evident watching that game that we were watching it together, and the entire time they were just laughing, like, wow, how badly have Arsenal fallen off. And the entire time, even when Arsenal scored, they were like, you know you'll lose this, right? And I'm not even like bantering you, you'll lose this game. And it just turned out to be the case because we could see how progressively bad Arsenal were. To be honest with you, I don't even think Watford were that great. I just think we were that poor. Like, Lee, what was your feelings on the game? Just like as an overall.
When I see the starting lineup, I was actually quite confident. I predicted 2-1.
Okay.
In my preview. When I see the starting 11, I thought, well, okay, we've got pace, we've got Iwobi, we've got Welbeck, we've got Lacazette. We've got Deeney protecting the back three. And I was quite confident. I thought we'd win 3-1 when I see that starting lineup.
Okay, so you were one of the few people that was actually all right with the starting lineup.
I've seen a lot of people going in on the starting lineup. There was nothing wrong with that starting lineup.
It was good enough to win that game. That's for
exactly. The personnel in that team, if you look at it, you've got a 50 million quid striker up front who's scored 4 goals this season. You've got Welbeck, who scored 3 goals this season. You've got Iwobi, fresh off the back of qualifying Nigeria for a World Cup, who also scored in his previous league game against Brighton. You've then got Deeney and Xhaka. Xhaka, we all know he's got some sort of quality about him, just hasn't shown it at all this season. And then you've got Deeney, who I think's all right. I think he's a decent player. He's not a superstar. He's a Monreal style player. He goes under the radar a lot, but what he does for the team is just, it's not recognised by fans because he's not a get you out the seat type of player. Yeah. So when I see that 11, I thought, okay. And I expected Per Mertesacker. I expected Monreal at centre back as well. And, you know, obviously Koscielny, obviously he passed a late fitness test. And then if you look at the left and right wing backs, well, there are only 2 options, and they've both been decent, this season. Nothing fantastic, but they've been decent, yeah? So I was looking at that thinking, well, yeah, cool. You know, Watford are going to sit back, but we've got enough about us in that 11 to get goals. Yeah, Welbeck, Lacazette, Iwobi, Xhaka can ping a screamer. Yeah, there's enough in there. Yes, people are sitting there probably watching this saying, yeah, but there's no creativity. Well, Iwobi creates. Yeah, people are going in on Iwobi, right?
People are writing him off. It's like, listen,
I don't get it.
I love Sam to bits. Don't get me wrong, Sam. This is not a direct criticism of you, but I was so shocked to see a tweet from him, and he was saying, you know what, just Wobie isn't like of an Arsenal quality. It's just not good enough. To me, I don't know what you think, Lee, but to me, I actually thought he was probably one of two players that wasn't so terrible. I don't think he was great.
I actually thought he was our best player. Yeah, him and Bellerin. Although Bellerin gave away the dubious penalty, which I'm sure we'll come on to. Yeah, I thought him and Bellerin were probably our best two players. And especially in that first half. That first half was dead. Yeah, there was nothing happening in that first half. But the only person who was trying to do something was Iwobi. Right? Now, there was a point. I was sat there watching the game with my missus, right? And I said to her, watch how many times Lacazette makes a run. Yeah, just watch him and watch how many times he'll go and make a diagonal run through the centre-backs. And then watch how many times we do not pass him the ball. Yeah, and there was a point in that game in the first half where he went to make a run, and I think it was Bellerin had the ball, and Bellerin went square to Deeney.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you actually see, watching it on TV, you actually see Lacazette throw his hands up and go, what are you doing? Yeah, and yeah, people harp on about no creativity. Bollocks. I don't care what anybody says. There was enough in that team with Xhaka, with Iwobi, with Welbeck, and with Lacazette. Yeah, between the four of them, they can all create and score goals. Yeah, they've all proved that this season alone. Right? So I don't buy into there was no creativity. I think that we got the goal, which was lucky, because Wire is cleverly marking Mertesacker on a corner. And even after he scored, he continued to mark him. It was like, come on, man. You know, you failed once. Why are you doing it again? Surely the manager's got to look at that and go, well, actually, I've cocked up there. But fair dues, Tom Cleverley, we can all slag the geezer off all we like. He scored the winning goal.
Supposedly, he explained that in his post-match interview, where he basically said that the reason that he was marking Mertesacker was he wasn't so much marking him, but more stopping his runs. I think he did a horrible job with that for the first goal. But
but let's be real. Like Tom Cleverley's what, 5'8", Mertesacker's 6'5". Yeah. How are you stopping a 6'5" guy running past you if you're 5'8"? Let's be honest, man.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
You know, I looked at the half time and I thought, well, we've got away with that. Yeah, we've been absolute dog shit and we've got away with it and we're 1-0 up and we were lucky to be 1-0 up. Yeah, second half, I expected us to come out and just go, do you know what? You had your chance in the first half. We're now going to show you what we're capable of. And it just never happened. And then he brings Ozil on, who I'm sure also we're going to come on to.
Oh yes, after your video yesterday.
Yeah, and the fucking Mr. Missing, as I call him, comes on and bottled the biggest chance of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, which ended up resulting in a penalty 30 seconds later, which again, like I said, I'm sure we'll come on to. But in that sequence of play, he bottled the chance with apparently the best left foot in the league. Yeah. And then didn't bother tracking back properly. I actually posted a video of it with commentary, of course, where he just trots back. He's just trotting back and he lets the guy drop off of him. Then he points to Bellerin and says, go in the space or whatever he's saying to him. Yeah, well, if you're world class, mate, you have identified the problem. So why didn't you go and fill in the gap? Yeah, instead of you've identified the problem and you're going to point to Bellerin to fill in the gap. Come on, he's up against a tricky guy, yeah, that's skillful, quick, yeah. And yeah, it's not a penalty. I don't believe it is a penalty, but it's irrelevant. If he had done his job properly, Ozil, yeah, and filled the gap in, then Bellerin might not have had to have gone in for that in the first place, which then led to the penalty. The guy might have had to have checked back. They might have played it back up to their centre-backs, whatever. Yeah, but...
All right, let's move on to Birthday Boy as we're talking about him. Right?
I didn't even know it was his birthday. Do you know that? I hope he's had a shit birthday.
Right, so let's talk about it. Mesut Ozil. Let's just... let me ask you the question just point blank. Is he world-class?
No.
Why?
I'll tell you why he's not world-class, because a world-class footballer, when talent fails, hard work kicks in. Yeah? So, yes, he's technically gifted, We can all admit that. Yeah, I'm not that deluded, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is technically gifted, but he's only got a left foot. He ain't got a right foot. But then that's cool because then there's Arjen Robben, who's only left-footed, don't have a right foot at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between Mesut Ozil and every other single world-class player on the planet, and the conception of a world-class player is different from what I think to what you think to what everybody else watching this thinks. A world-class player to me, yeah, has technical ability, turns up when it's required.
When it's required, exactly.
Yeah, not when it's against some shit. Yeah, and no disrespect to Watford because they fully deserve to win yesterday, but they ain't anywhere near on Arsenal's level technically.
No.
Yeah, okay. Add into that when your skill and your fucking tactical ability and your fucking your whole game is off. When you've not got your game up to 100% level, yeah, you've got to dig in and scratch the surface and go, do you know what? I'm going to dig in here and I'm going to give 100% with and without the ball, right? Now, this is the only guy in world football who gets a pass when the ball ain't at his feet. Yeah. Every single Arsenal fan that backs this guy backs him because he's the best left-footed he's the best central attacking midfielder in the world. Is he fuck? Right? Kevin De Bruyne, Christian Eriksen. Yeah. I would take both of them over him in a heartbeat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even Coutinho at this current point. Yeah. And I don't think Coutinho's as good as him. But at this current point, I would take Coutinho over him. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've said it 100 times before. That guy offers more with and without the ball than Mesut Ozil. Gylfi Sigurdsson's the best striker of a football in this Premier League. Yeah, nobody can tell me otherwise. You put a dead ball in front of him, that guy's hitting the target 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, you've only got to look at Swansea last season when Ashley Williams scored the winner against us. It might have been the season before. The free kick he whipped in for that Ashley Williams goal where Czech fumbled and it just hit Williams and went in. Yeah, that was the best free kick I've seen in a decade in this league. Yeah, and I look at a world-class footballer as would Messi, would Ronaldo, and I'm talking about the elite here, yeah? If they lose the ball, do they just drop their arms down and go, oh, fuck it? Yeah, I'll trot back and make a half challenge, make it look like I'm trying. Nah. Messi, I've watched that guy for over a decade now. I've watched Ronaldo for over a decade. When they lose the ball, yes, sometimes they'll have a little tantrum. Like Ronaldo's the best at tantrums. But the thing with them two is the reason they are so far ahead of every other footballer on the planet is their work rate without the ball. Yeah, they will do everything. And then when you look at Alexis Sanchez, and this is the biggest thing that pisses me off with our fan base, right? Everybody lauds Mesut Ozil, who, in my opinion, has done fuck all in 4 years. Yeah, and he's done nothing. Yeah, you can throw out 19 assists. You can throw out the 19 assists. Yeah, the cunt disappeared from January onwards, right? All you get out of Arsenal fans is, oh, well, he needs better players around him. Really? He had Ronaldo, Di Maria and Benzema at Real Madrid. He played 105 games for Real Madrid. The first 105 games he played for Arsenal with Giroud, Walcott and anybody else, Gervinho, whoever else was on left wing, he got more assists than he did at Madrid.
This is the thing.
Come on, man.
This is I agree with you when it comes to the fan base, because this is the thing that pisses me off about the fan base generally. Because somebody is world class, they will forgive them for everything. And I do mean everything. They will damn near forgive them for slapping their other half. They will forgive them for anything. Instead of just assessing what you see in front of you. Mesut, to me, does not want to be there.
100% agree.
And as much as I've criticised Sanchez for the same thing, to me, Mesut's situation is worse. Because this guy actually thinks he's worth 330k.
Right, let me ask you this, Chris, right? This is another thing that gets me, yeah? Right? Work rate should be a given. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah? Don't come to me telling me that, oh yeah, but he don't need to defend, that's not his game. Go watch Christian Eriksen week in, week out. Yeah? When that geezer loses the ball, I've seen him track it. I see him at, who did they play the other day? Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, they played Borussia Dortmund the other week. He lost the ball, yeah, midway in their own half. He was the guy slide tackling at right back to get the ball back. And do you know why? Because the manager won't have it any other way. If he loses the ball and he don't track back, yeah, and he don't do his defensive side of the game, Tottenham ain't as good as they are. End of story. If Harry Kane don't track back and defend, they ain't as good as they are. Yeah, you can't just have 2 or 3 midfielders and your defenders defending. Everybody needs to be on the same page, right? So this is what pisses me off, yeah? Arsenal fans go, oh yeah, he's great, he's brilliant, he's fantastic. Nah, I don't see it. I'm sorry, but I don't see it, right? Then you look, right, and they go, Alexis Sanchez is a fucking, he's a headless chicken. Yeah, all he does is give the ball away. Well, I'm sorry, but compare the 2 players just for 1 fucking second here, yeah? When Alexis Sanchez loses the ball, how many times does he just go, throw his arms up? He don't. He tracks back. He wins the ball back. There was a game against PSG last season. Yeah. I think we were 1-1. Yeah. 94th minute. Yeah. He made a slide tackle on the edge of our box, which got the ball back. And then we kept the ball and we fucking ended up fucking breaking away. Yeah. Would Mesut Ozil do that? Oh no, but it's not in his game. Fuck, it's not in his game. Yeah. Premier League football, that is in everybody's game. Every player from 1 to 11. You lose the ball, you go and get it back. You know that from schoolboy, man. Yeah, so why do we give this guy a pass? I'll tell you why we give him a pass. Because the majority of fans that rate the geezer are also Wenger lovers. Yeah, and the reason they'll never slag Mesut Ozil off is because for a long time until Lacazette arrived, this was Wenger's top boy. The record signing. Yeah. So then what's going to happen? Oh, Sanchez will throw his gloves on the floor and fucking walk off the pitch. Oh, he's a petulant child. Yeah? At least he fucking cares. At least he cares. Because do you know what? You see that fucking prick Ozil? Yeah? He don't give a fuck. All you people that think he loves this club are deluded, mate. That cunt is sneaking out the back door. Yeah? A fucking hero. For what? Averaging fucking 9 assists a season. Well done, mate. Go and buy someone who can do better. Simple. There's plenty of players in this league that can do better than him in that position.
I've said it for a long time and I'll say it again. And I put it on Twitter once and people were like, you must be crazy. What do you mean? I'd take Mahrez over Ozil any day of the week.
All day long.
All day long. Just sitting there on the bench and I'm thinking to myself, would he really be any worse than the
but Chris, do you know what they come out with? They come out with pie charts and they come out with he's created 407 chances. Well, let me tell you this, right? He's created 407 chances before yesterday, yeah? Out of them, 50 out of 407, 50 are key chances. I.e., you've put it on a fucking plate. Yeah? Out of them 50, 42 of them are goals. So he don't need a better striker, does he? Because we've converted 42 out of 50 proper chances. The other 357 are half chances. Come on, man. Seriously. All this fucking created chances bullshit, man. Yeah? Do you know what? The only fans that look at created chances and fucking assist stats are Arsenal fans. Not one of my mates who supports Chelsea gives a fuck about assists. Not one of them say to me, oh, but Cesc Fabregas has got this many. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's true. I never hear that. And I know if
exactly. How many Chelsea fans just sit on Twitter?
It's only Arsenal fans that do that. And it's always with Ozil. It's always with
and do you know why? It's because they're trying to justify why he has been so shit. Yeah. So they go, oh, yeah, but he's created the most. He needs a proper striker. When you actually scratch the surface, 407 chances, 50 of them are proper chances. Yeah, out of them 50, we've scored 42. Our striker's prolific when you put a proper chance on the plate. Yeah, put a half chance or a quarter chance on the plate, then we ain't scoring them. But now go back and look at what he did at Madrid. Yeah, at Real Madrid, he had less goals and less assists in 105 games than he did in his first 105 for Arsenal. Yeah, now come back to me and tell me Ronaldo's not a proper striker. Now come back to me and tell me Benzema's not a proper striker. Now tell me Di Maria's not a proper player. Yeah? Because all 3 of them, I would put in the world-class bracket when they were at Real Madrid. Yeah? And guess what? Giroud, Walcott, Gervinho, any other fucker that's played up front while Ozil's been here, yeah, are all worse than them three at Madrid. So how the fuck's how's he scored more and got more assists at Arsenal than he did with them three up front at Madrid? So that myth is dead. Don't even come with that shit. Yeah? He's fucking useless. He is done.
It's incredible because the Ozil defenders, and to be honest, I've not been overly critical of Ozil until probably this season.
Until you met me.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But no, till this season, I really wanted to see what it is about this motherfucker that feels like he deserves 300,000 a week. For all of my recent criticism of Sanchez, I'd pay 400k a week to him tomorrow if I felt like he was going to accept it.
Yep.
But with Ozil, I didn't understand what he felt he was demanding that money for. So I thought, let me watch him and watch to see what he does. And you still have these people that will say, oh, you just watch what Ozil does. Just take a minute, take half an hour out of a game and watch what he does. Okay, so he runs a bit. He runs a bit.
He's a midfielder. That's another stat. I mean? That's another stat. Oh, he covered the most distance. He's a fucking central midfielder. I'd expect him to cover the most distance. You know what I'm saying?
It's incredible. Like it's like, do you know what it's like? It's like having someone around, a millionaire around, saying to someone, "Oh, well, I don't want to." In fact, this is what it is. It's like keeping an ex-girlfriend around because she gives you good sex but never actually fucks you. The fuck is the point? what is the point? She gives me good head. So that's why I want to keep her around.
Yeah, no, okay. She gave you good sex 5 years ago. Yeah, but since then you ain't had it, but you still live in the dream that she could be good again. Yeah, when she puts out. It's just pathetic, mate. Go and have a look, right? Just go and have a look at Kevin De Bruyne. That's all you got to do, right? And people come yesterday with me, which is why I've recorded that little clip from when he bottled that chance, and he did bottle it. I don't care what anyone tells me. Yeah, this is apparently the wizard left foot, the best left foot in the league. Yeah, he's on his left foot. He's got nobody near him. He's got an average goalkeeper at best to aim at. Yeah, you've got the whole goal. You're 18 yards out. You can finesse it top, left or right, bottom, left or right. Yeah. So what do? Apparently the best left foot in the league, maybe in the world, some people think. You put it straight. Yeah, you scuffed it straight to the keeper.
It wasn't even a powerful shot.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, but Chris, how many times does he do that a season? It's not a one-off. He does it every fucking time. You get a shot, which is why he bottles it, right? This is why I'm saying he bottles it, right? When he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper, he always looks for the pass. Always. Yeah? He had no opportunity to look for a pass yesterday because there wasn't a pass on. So he had to shoot. Yeah? And watch when he has to shoot, he fluffs everyone. Yeah? You'll have people in the comment section going, yeah, but he scored a screamer against Swansea. And what? Swansea.
To be honest, if Mesut Ozil was in the chat room, he would have logged off a long time ago because he's getting slaughtered.
Since he's arrived, right, I'll be straight up, right, when he arrived, yeah, I was over the moon, right? I was jumping up and down in my living room going, rah, we have signed fucking Mesut Ozil. This guy is a fucking don, yeah? Because I watch Spanish football. I watch it every weekend, yeah? And I watched him tear it up in the Spanish league, right?
Right.
Now, regardless of how good Real Madrid are or were when he was there, he was still singled out by Jose Mourinho as being a pussy. Yeah, it's in his book. You've only got to go and read his fucking book or transcripts of his book. Yeah, Jose said to him at half-time, "What, you think that you're that good? You don't have to defend?" He goes, "What, you could just mince around and just prance around putting in half tackles?" Jose's sussed him, bruv. Yeah, he sussed him. You mince around, trotting around, and then you go and put half tackle in, which is what he does. So it looks like he's putting a tackle in, when the reality is he's fucking nowhere near. Yeah? And then it's, oh, well, look, he's trying. No. Go and wipe the cunt out. Give a free kick away if you have to. Yeah? So Jose continued on in that fucking half-time team talk, coating him off, calling him a pussy and this and that. Ozil took his shirt off and threw it on the floor. And Jose said to him, this is all in his book, yeah? Jose said to him, I knew you'd give up because you're a pussy. Yeah? There we go. This is in my opinion.
That's why you love Jose, isn't it? That right there is why you love Jose.
Mate, Jose Mourinho, in my opinion, is the best manager in world football. I ain't even having that debate with anyone. The guy's a legend, mate. Yeah, I don't care if he's managed Chelsea. I don't care if he's managed fucking Man United. Yeah, I would love him to manage Arsenal. Because do you know what? He'd have that prick up by his fucking throat on day one. Yeah, and he'd kick him out the club. Right? Now, it's going to be funny if he actually goes and signs him to see how much different Ozil would be at Man United.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm curious. I'm very curious.
I hope he does go there. Because do you know what? You see all these pussy old Man United fans that are fucking giving it, oh, Ozil's shit. Watch how quick they turn to Ozil's world class. Yeah? Watch how quick they turn to his world class.
I'm very curious to know if Stell would have Ozil. Because I know how much he doesn't look like Mkhitaryan.
Mate,
but
put it this way.
I'd be curious.
Put it this way. Mkhitaryan is 100 times better than Mesut Ozil. Yeah? Passing accuracy, assist stats, chances created don't mean jack shit with me. Watch what he actually fucking does. Yeah? It's not a great deal. He doesn't hardly affect the game. And people come out with shit like, oh, he needs Cazorla. He misses Cazorla. Fuck off, man. The last 3 away games, we've actually got a half-decent result in. Yeah? He ain't played in any of them. Yeah? Against big teams. Chelsea away a few weeks ago, 0-0. Ozil didn't play. Yeah? Man City away, when we beat them at the Etihad, Ozil didn't play. Cazorla and Sanchez run it that day. Yeah? When we last beat Spurs away, Ozil didn't play. Rosicky scored a screamer in the first minute and the game was shit after that. But he didn't play. It's no coincidence that when he came on yesterday, yeah, all of a sudden we're shit. Mm. Yeah, I know we were shit anyway.
We looked even more shit. We were worse. I'm not going to lie. The energy level dropped.
Exactly.
It dropped.
It's no coincidence, mate. And I am sick to death of fucking people making excuses for him. Yeah? Like, I've watched him for 4.5 years nearly, yeah? And yes, there's been times where he's done all right against Napoli. Yeah, the goal he scored against Napoli was quality. He was fantastic in that game. He was really good in that game, yeah? Right? And everything went through him in that game. And he scored a great goal, yeah? Right? His debut, he set up Giroud in the first 20 minutes or whatever it was. And I thought, fucking hell, we're on to a player here. Mate, 4.5 years later, I'm sitting here like this. He's shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking, I don't care what anyone tells me, he is fucking pony.
Yeah? I mean, let's be real here. Is he any better? Is he any better than Arshavin? Let's just be honest.
Arshavin's better. Arshavin's better, bruv.
And I was a big critic of Arshavin back then.
Right, let's ask a better question. Is he any better than Aaron fucking Ramsey? No. In fact, I'd say Ramsey's better. And I can't stand either of them. But Ramsey's better. Let's be real. Let's be honest here. Ramsey is better than him. Ramsey don't go hiding. Even when he's having a shit game and we're shit, he still goes looking for the ball. Ozil don't.
True.
Ozil goes in hiding, bruv. Yeah?
I'm a big critic of Ramsey. I'll never take that away from him. That motherfucker runs and runs.
Never hides.
And runs. He never hides. Always wants the ball.
But listen, when Ramsey is on his peak, which has been a long fucking time now, the guy was fucking best player in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's been a long while and he got injured the rest of that season. But if he had continued on that season without injury, he would have won player of the season. Fact. Yeah, because he was ripping it up. Yeah, that is what a number 10 is supposed to do. Yeah, and people can go, oh, it's the system. Oh, he needs a proper DM next to him. Oh, he needs better players around him. Fuck off. Stop making excuses for this lightweight prick. Yeah, if he was at Man U, Chelsea, Tottenham or City, putting in performances 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 every fucking week, you'd be ripping him. So just because he plays for Arsenal, don't think he gets a pass. He's shit.
At this point, it's more of a surprise when Ozil plays well than when he doesn't. And I'm sorry. It is.
It's true.
And when you have a player like that, I'm sorry, for me, you should be looking for a transfer window quick to arrive to sell him. And if Man United want to buy him for some sort of stupid reason, I said, sell that motherfucker. We might be able to
Do you seriously think they're going to buy him? Do you reckon they're even in for him? Because I don't. I don't think they want him.
I believe
Why would they want him?
I believe the stories. I really do. I think Man United want him.
Why do you think they want him?
I think United a vanity project.
I don't know.
Is that impossible, bro? I can believe Jose would want him purely to show that he can make him into a decent player. And
who's he gonna replace? Let's be real. Man United's not got the best midfield in the world. Yeah, they've not got the best midfield in the world, right? But let's be honest, yeah. Who is he going to replace? Because the system they play, and they've played 2 or 3 different systems this season, yeah, right? Where is he fitting in? Because I can't see it. He obviously ain't getting in the defensive midfield roles. We know that, right? So who are their attacking midfielders? Is he going to replace any of them? Nah, mate. No way. Based on his last fucking 4.5 years, is he genuinely going to replace any of their attacking players? Martial, Rashford, yeah? Fucking Mata. Nah. He ain't replacing any of them. I know Rashford's a striker and Martial's sort of a left winger, but come on, man. They play with one up front in a similar formation to us. So he's going to go in the hole behind, yeah? With the 2 behind. Well, the 2 behind is either Mkhitaryan and fucking Martial, yeah? And Mata, just behind that. He ain't getting in their team over them 3. Who else they got? Lingard? He might get in over Lingard on the right wing if he's lucky. Come on. Let's be honest. He ain't getting in their team.
There you go, Meza. If you're watching this,
if you look at their midfield, right, they got Herrera, they got Pogba, yeah, they got Matic. Well, when all 3 of them are fit, yeah, all 3 of them, or definitely 2 of them, are getting the team. So let's take Herrera out the team. You're then putting Mata in the team. If you're not putting Mata in the team, you're putting Mkhitaryan in the team. Well, is he getting in over any of them? Nah, man, no way.
They might rotate him with Mkhitaryan. They might do.
I can't see it. Mkhitaryan's more physical. He's quicker, right? If you look at what Ozil does, yeah, in terms of passing, right, and how he slows the game down, because he does slow the game down. He does slow the game down. Yeah, I don't care what anybody tells me. Yeah. You get the ball to him on his right foot, on the right wing, or the right hand side of the pitch. Every time he'll stop and he'll come back inside. Yeah, well, that's slowing the game down, right? Now, if you got him on the left-hand side, you'd think, okay, drop your shoulder and whip a ball in. Nah. He has to piss about, spin around in a little circle and then go backwards. Does it all the time. The only time Ozil's good is when we're absolutely smashing a team, yeah, like 2 or 3, yeah, and we're coasting it and they're bombing forward and then we hit them on the break. That is the only time the guy is good. Now, that happens once every 10 games, if we're lucky. In recent times, it's happened once every 20 games because we're that shit. Yeah. So I'm sorry, but once every 10 or 15, 20 games is not good enough for me. Right. Now, I've watched him this season closely. Yeah. Because one of my mates, yeah, really rates him. Yeah. And we'll never slag him off. Right. We know we're talking about it. We're talking about my boy Deeney. Yeah. Right. He will never slag him off. Yeah. And I watched him at Stoke, right? And to be fair to him, at Stoke, he was one of our best players. Yeah? And he was trying to do something. But what's he done since? One game this season I can think of where I go, actually, he played all right. He actually did all right today.
I'm amazed that DT loves him the way he does. Amazed. Like, I was listening to his Arsenal Fan TV interview. Shout out to him if he's by some chance watching this. And I agreed with everything he said until he got to Ozil. And I thought to myself, really? Like really? Anyone in that position should have done better. Anyone else should have done better.
See, I think that, I mean, like I said, I know him really well, right? And we're mates, yeah? So, like, he can say what he wants about Ozil. Don't mean I have to agree on it, right? And same for anybody.
Of course.
But I look at it, and it's only an opinion. I've got my opinion, you've got yours, he's got his, everyone's got their own, right? My opinion of Ozil is, yeah, he gets a pass a lot of the time because there's other players in the team that are worse than him.
Worse than him, yeah.
Yeah. Simple as that.
100%.
Simple as that. So when
100%.
people go, oh, it's Ozil's fault today. Yeah, then people like him will get the and go, why are you scapegoating him? Yeah, this person did this and this person did that, or this person didn't do that. So I think it's more he is a good player. We know he's a good player. Yeah, come on, we all know he's a good player. Yeah, he ain't shown he's a good player. I'm good at my fucking job. I've been shit at my job for about 2 years because I can't be fucking arsed. Yeah, I can't. Let's be real, mate. My job, yeah, I was the top in my fucking field for years. Yeah, literally in the whole country, there was no one better than me for years. And do you know what? I woke up one day and I thought, you know what? I don't want to fucking do this job anymore, but I ain't no good at nothing else, yeah? And I just can't be asked. And since then, I'm like the Arsene Wenger of fucking doing my job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people just look at it and go, well, because he is good and he costs 42 million, and we know on his day, and everyone has their day, I know, on his day he can be great, and everybody else is worse than him on a given day, for example. That's why he gets a pass. Because there's worse.
All right, let's move on from Meza. If Meza's watching, happy birthday! You just got your ass
Fuck
torn.
him. Fuck him. I hope the candles stay stay lit when he goes to blow them out. He burns his lips or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, fucking. Or somebody pushes his head in the cake as he's blowing them out. Fucking toss up. Cost us the game yesterday, man. Seriously.
In terms of the starting lineup, I guess for me, I wasn't too unhappy with the starting lineup. My main unhappiness was the fact that Jack Wilshere didn't start. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen my preview, I started Jack Wilshere as a number 10 because I felt like the potential of a Lacazette and Jack Wilshere playing as a number 10 would work perfectly. And even if it didn't work perfectly, we all know that Juru and Jack work brilliantly well together. So either way, Jack as a number 10 is surely the way to go, particularly if you're not going to start Ozil or Sanchez. Both decisions, which I can understand. He didn't go with that. He went with Welbeck, who was just coming from an injury. And then in the back line, he went with Koscielny, who's also just coming back from it. Two injury-plagued players. And what do you think about him starting those two players? Now, I understand that Welbeck was in good form until he got injured, but do you feel like, particularly for a game against Watford, it was a bit foolhardy to start both players in that game?
Like I said, when I see the starting 11, I thought, yeah, decent starting 11. Looking back at it now, 24, 28 hours, whatever it is after the game, yeah, and I look at it and I think, well, we've said this before, on air and off air, about Koscielny, right? The guy's finished. Yeah, and I'm not going to go on one about Koscielny now because I've just spent half an hour talking about that other prick, yeah? Right? but Koscielny is another one, yeah, that gets so much praise for doing nothing, for being a liability. The guy's given more penalties away than anyone in the Premier League history. Yeah? Come on, right? But when I see him in that starting 11, I thought, okay, I'm happy with that. I'm not too disappointed with that because, again, he's a good player. Yeah, and he is a good defender on his day. And let's be honest, even Andy Carroll has his day. Yeah, so, you know, everybody has their day, right? But Koscielny I weren't too worried about. Welbeck, I thought, okay. But looking back at it now and fast forward into today, you look at it and you go, well, hang on, Welbeck's had two massive injuries, like huge injuries that kept him out for nearly a year at a time, yeah? Mm-hmm. He's then come back and he's hit the ground running, and fair play to the boy, yeah? He's come back in and he's scored goals, right? He then gets injured, right? So he goes off, I think it was against Chelsea, wasn't it? He went off. He went down with a groin injury or whatever it was, yeah? Right? So he's gone off against Chelsea, and you're now throwing him straight back in the game. You're throwing him into an away game at Watford that should be a tight game. They're going to be physical because that's what they do. And that's how teams play against Arsenal, especially the lesser teams. Yeah. And you're throwing an injury-prone player in Welbeck into that starting 11. Okay, why would you do that? You've got Walcott on the bench. You've got Ozil on the bench. Yeah? You could have even put Sanchez in, who wasn't even in the fucking squad. You could have put Ramsey there, who wasn't in the squad. You could have put Jack Wilshere there. Yeah? There was options. You didn't need to go, do you know what, Welbeck, you ain't played for about 4 weeks now, but do you know what, I'm going to chuck you straight back in the team. You did not need to make that decision. Yeah? That's a case of Welbeck, get in the squad. If we're winning, I'll bring you on with 10s to go. 10, 15s to go. If we're too clear, I'll bring you on. If not, you ain't getting a game this weekend. Sorry, mate. But we need to bed you back in slowly. Yeah? Koscielny, you know, we all know the guy's got an Achilles problem. We all know that he's 32 years old, and we all know that he ain't that great. So Koscielny being injured for me is a positive. Yeah, that guy can miss the whole season. We ain't missing him. Yeah, we ain't. Mate,
I know you're not a big fan of Koscielny.
People will be tuning. People will be tuning into this, going, right, is this guy even an Arsenal fan?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, they'll be going like, is he a Spurs fan on a fucking Arsenal pod? How has he hijacked it? Yeah, but no, I am an Arsenal fan, but I'm not fucking deluded, and I'm not blind, and I'm not so biased that I can't see that these players that we overhype are just bang average shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are.
They are.
Listen, I can count on one hand, and I'm sure you can as well, Chris, right? How many of these players, yeah, are good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club? Then make another fucking list. How many of these players in this squad would get in the invincible squad? Not the 11, the squad. How many?
Well, I was gonna touch on this later, but as you touched on it now, let's go for it. My point about this and the title of this video about just all of them can get the fuck out is I'm wondering who are the ones that care about playing for Arsenal anymore. So, as you've touched on it, who out of everybody, not just playing yesterday, but in general out of the Arsenal squad, not necessarily who do you think deserves to stay. I'm talking about who do you think cares about the badge?
Who cares to play
right
about
now?
the badge? Right, Olivier
Right
Giroud, 100% Giroud.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I've slagged the geezer off enough times over the years. 100 goals for Arsenal. Could have left and gone to Everton, decided, nah, fuck that, I'm staying, I'm fighting for my spot.
I agree with that.
Fair play to the guy. Fair play to him,
yeah.
And for me, he ain't getting slagged off the rest of the season. Yeah, because you know what?
Me too.
Yeah, and I know that probably goes against everything I've just said for the last 40 minutes, yeah? But you know what? He actually gives a fuck. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give him a pass. Yeah? Players that give a fuck, you will get a pass. Yeah? Oh, it's only a bad run of 3 games he's had. Whatever. Yeah, you get a pass with me, mate, because I know you're going to score the winner in stoppage time against Man City or something. Yeah?
It's true. That is such a Giroud thing to do.
Exactly. Jack Wilshere, I think he's slowly starting to not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think he does give a fuck. But I really think he'll be gone soon. Maybe
I
January.
slightly disagree with that. I think he's almost tapped out, to be honest. I think not through any fault of his own. I just think he's
the thing with Jack, right? I've slagged the geezer off because what do you think of Tottenham? Shit and all that bollocks. And hey, fucking everyone goes, oh, he's a hero. No, he's not a hero. I can say, what do we think of Tottenham shit and all that? What am I a fucking hero as well?
Where's my hero status?
The geezer's done nothing in a decade at Arsenal Football Club. Let's be real, yeah? Right? It's another one that's done nothing.
Yeah.
But he gets it. He fucking gets it. He gets what it means to us. Yeah? He will come over and clap the fans. He will come over and converse with fans. Yeah? He will fucking tweet out stuff that makes you think, do you know what? You actually care. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? There's other than him, well, we've got Giroud, we've got fucking Wilshere. I'd say even now, and this is going to be controversial, right? Sanchez. Okay. Alexis Sanchez. He cares.
I'm going to lie, I completely disagree with that.
Man,
go on.
He cares. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, he gives a fuck. I'll tell you why. Because you see when he fucking storms off the pitch and when he throws his gloves down.
About the club, though. Are we talking about the badge? Or does he care about just winning the game and not looking like a dickhead? Which, to be fair, I can understand.
Only he can answer that. Only he can answer that.
I can
yeah,
understand
but from
that.
what I see as a fan from the outside looking in, if we lose a game or we draw a game and Alexis Sanchez takes his gloves off, rolls them up and throws them on the floor and storms off the pitch, to me, I want 11 players like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that tells me he cares.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just going, oh yeah, high fives. Oh yeah, hello mate. Oh, I'll meet up for England duty. Yeah, brilliant. Let's swap shirts. Nah, you've just fucking lost. What? And you're walking around high fiving your fucking England mates. Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, it's like today. Fucking, I think Kolasinac was in a coffee shop today in Highgate or wherever. Yeah.
Mm.
Why are you out posting that shit on social media? Why are you doing that? Yeah, it's true.
He's
Why are you out today
excited.
posting you're in a fucking coffee shop after we've just been taken apart at Watford? Why are you doing that? Why? Go out and have your coffee. Go out and do what you're doing. You don't need to tell the world what you're doing, especially when we're all fucking seething that we lost to Watford.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, don't post that shit everywhere.
Timing was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go and have a coffee with your mates or your chick or whatever, go and do that. Yeah, you don't need to tell us you're doing that. Just go and do it.
It's so embarrassing when it comes to that selfie shit.
See, the thing is,
selfies.
See, the thing is, other than them three, and I am keeping Sanchez in that, yeah, because I do believe he cares. Yeah, I just think that he's been sold a dream along the way that's not come to fruition. Yeah? Right. So I do believe he cares, and like I've said on here and other shows before, the last game of the season when we play Huddersfield away, game, Alexis Sanchez is getting a fucking standing ovation, mate, because that's his last game for Arsenal, and I will clap the geezer at the football club because to me, he's the best player I've seen in 10 years for this football club. Yeah, and I don't care what he's done or what he's not done. Yeah, that guy has won a single-handedly football matches on his own, right? And, you know, he's scored goals. People say he doesn't score goals in big games. Well, he scored against Besiktas away, which qualified us for Champions League football. Yeah? Is that not a big game then? Because the Champions League is what everyone keeps fucking harping on about, that Wenger's record, Champions League. Well, hang on, without Sanchez, we wouldn't have gone through. Yeah, so to me, that's a big game. Yeah, the guy scored in fucking FA Cup finals. He scored in FA Cup semi-finals. Yeah, what, are they not big games then? So don't come with this bullshit about Alexis Sanchez don't do it in a big game, because he does. Yeah, so for me, they're the only three for now. I'd say maybe, I don't know.
I'd put Monreal in there.
Possibly, yeah. I'd say maybe. I'm on the fence with him. I do rate him as a player. I think he's not fantastic. He's not shit, but he's a middle of the road 7 out of 10, 9 times out of 10, and arguably been our best player. Yeah, over the last 2 years. I'd say maybe Callum Chambers can go on that list. The guy's just signed a new contract, and I don't really rate him. Yeah, but he signed a new deal. He wants to stay here. So does he give a fuck? Well, he's staying, so he gives a fuck.
I hate Strauss. Who in the chat room has just put it brilliantly, and that's.
Am I getting ripped in the chat, by the way?
No, you're not at all, not at all. You get him. He puts it brilliantly about Alexis, and he says, "Yes, Alexis is a winner, but to be honest, I feel like he's over Arsenal. I don't blame him. Year after year, it's the same old bullshit.
Yeah,
he's shown no fucking ambition, which I think is." Exactly what it is. Listen, I don't blame him. Every time I criticize him, I don't even necessarily blame him. But I feel like when it comes to his passion for Arsenal, I think that's gone. Like you say, I think he was sold a dream, and that, as per usual, whenever we hear about these big players leaving, as per usual, they were let down from that dream. They were lied to when it comes to from that dream. So, yeah. And the only other person that I think honestly plays for the Bears, even though I don't think he's good enough as a player, is Coquelin. I think he loves being an Arsenal player. I really do. I think he loves being an Arsenal player.
I think the reason Coquelin likes being an Arsenal player is because he's not Arsenal quality, so he's living the dream.
He's won the lottery, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He has won the lottery.
You know, it's a bit like, you know, it's a bit like Kieran Gibbs when he was here. Kieran Gibbs would never disrespect the club. He'd never come out and say anything negative against Arsenal. Yeah, that's because he's an Arsenal fan living the fucking dream. Same with Cole Jenkinson. Yeah, these players are nowhere near good enough the level. Yeah, right. And you know, Coquelin had a good season, and everyone got hyped, including me. I thought, right, we've got a fucking stroke of luck here, yeah, right? With him coming back from Charlton, and again, that was only due to fucking Arteta being injured that we stumbled across him coming back from Charlton. Yeah, it's not because we thought he was good enough, and he come back in and he actually played really well. But that's another one. Where is he? Where is he? Is he still at the club? Because we ain't seen him for how long? Is he injured?
I suppose the last one, and I think probably most appropriate, because I actually also want you to assess his performance yesterday. But the last one that I think could potentially go on that list is Per Mertesacker. He is the captain, and to be fair to him, he has agreed to take over the youngsters at the end of the season. How do you assess his performance yesterday? Because I think, whilst playing-wise, I don't did that badly. As a captain yesterday, I thought he was dog shit. What do you think yesterday?
In terms of performance, shit. I know he scored a goal and it was a good goal, but like I said earlier, he was being marked by a midget. Yeah, so I'd expect him to win the header. Yeah, and yeah, regardless whether it beats the keeper or not, I expect him to win a header against fucking Cleverley. Yeah, if you throw 100 balls up against Cleverley, he's winning 100 fucking balls. Right, so yeah, he scored a goal. In terms of leadership, nah, man, he is fucking useless. Right, he is like I've said this before. Yeah, right. The Premier League is all about pace and power. Yeah, well, he's got neither. Yeah, he might have looked good for Germany 10 years ago. Yeah, and he might have looked good for Arsenal in the odd game like the cup final. Yeah, and he was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, he was fantastic in that cup final. And and I'll never forget you with the shades on after that. Yeah, right. Because you called it. You said he should have started. Yeah, right. But nah, man, he is finished.
Colin hates that a version of me, by the way. He's like, oh gosh, I can't have this around.
But I look at it and I just go, you know, Rob Holding, yes, he's not fantastic. He's not the finished article. But why are we not playing him? Yeah, the only way he's going to get better is to play games.
Playing games.
Yeah, right.
And where is Callum Chambers at? I know Emily always rips me whenever I talk about Callum Chambers.
Apparently he's got an injury. Yeah, you know, fucking. He went off against. Who did he go off against? Not Cologne. Fucking the other one. Was it Borisov? I don't know. Fucking. He went off against somebody at half time. I can't remember what game it was, but he went off at half time. Apparently he's got an injury. Yeah, I don't think he has got an injury. I just think that it's a case of he played shit in that first half, and it was and I do, and I think that's why I took him off. And it's no coincidence that he hasn't played since the Emirates Cup until that game. Yeah, and that was only because we had a few players out, and it was I'm sure it was a Europa League game. Yeah, I might be wrong, or Carling Kai. It might have been Doncaster actually. Yeah, and it's no coincidence that a couple of weeks later he's now signed a new contract. So is it a case of if you don't sign a new contract, you ain't fucking playing? Yeah, which Wenger can get away with people like Chambers. He can't get away with that with people like Ozil and Sanchez because they will just go out and go, bollocks, I'll get my agents to tweet something or I'll get my agents to put a statement out. Yeah, I'm fully fit. Look at Jack Wilshere. I'm fully fit. I'm ready to go. Well, why aren't you playing then? Yeah. Wenger even said himself about Wilshere, yeah, he's up to a level where he can play games again. He said it in his press conference on Thursday. Yeah, he's back to his best. So why didn't he start then?
Exactly. It was such a weird statement to come out with.
And the reason these people ain't playing, Chambers, Wilshere, yeah, is because they've not signed new deals. Yeah, so it's a case of, well, if you don't sign the contract, I ain't fucking playing you. Whereas he can't do that with Ozil and he can't do that with Sanchez because they're at a level so far above Chambers and Wilshere because Wilshere's fucking always injured. So both of them fit are better than fucking Wilshere. Yeah. They can't have that treatment because they will come out in their fucking little PR section and they will put a statement out there or he'll go back to Chile and say something in the Chilean media that will get fucking put out there. Yeah, so with Callum Chambers, it's slightly different. I don't think he's injured, mate. I really don't. I think it's a case of he was umming and ahhing over a new deal, and he probably wanted assurances that he was going to get games. So until then, it was a case of, oh, well, okay, fuck you then, you ain't playing. Yeah, but in terms of Mertesacker and how he played yesterday, dog shit, mate. Yeah, he ain't good enough. He hasn't been good enough for years. He can do it once every 6 to 8 months. Yeah, he can't do it over a whole season. Yeah, and he hasn't been able to do it for years over a whole season, if at all, since we signed him. Yeah, he's not quick enough. And this whole league, like I said, it's all about pace and power. Yeah, it's all well and good throwing the ball up and he'll win the headers. Yeah, that's great. Put the ball in behind him, he's fucked. Look at that one against Diego Costa a few seasons ago. Yeah, where he lunged in. Little ball down the side, he went lunging in. Diego Costa, straight red card. Yeah, and that is exactly what this league's about. Yeah, can you imagine him one-on-one with Rashford or Sane or Lukaku even? Yeah, Lukaku's not rapid, but he's fucking quick. Yeah, he will leave him for dead. And if you want to have a row with Lukaku, he's just going to go bang and barge you off the ball anyway, whether you're 6'5" or not. So for me,
the prospect of him playing against someone like a Jesus.
Oh, mate.
Oh gosh, that sleepless nights, nervous sweats. I would be too scared to watch that game almost.
And the thing is, if you put Jesus and Aguero up front together, with De Bruyne just behind, mate, we could seriously be on the wrong end of a 6-7-0 in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we really could. And Aguero will be back for that as well, apparently. So yeah, it could get really bad up there in a few weeks' time. But yeah, if it was me, I wouldn't be playing Mertesacker again this season. Yeah, I'd play Rob Holding, and if Rob Holding has a shitter, so be it.
I agree with you. I think what we should do in January anyway is buy a defender and transition Mertesacker out of the team. We shouldn't be relying on someone that's going to retire at the end of the season. So much like you said, I think Mertesacker should be oh my gosh, he's better than fresh air type emergency player, as opposed to someone that we should be rotating in and out of the team. That's just my opinion, but anyway.
But if you sorry, just to touch on one more thing, right? If you look at it, yeah, right, the centre backs that were available in the summer, and all this available or not available, that's another debate because everyone's available if you pay the going fee. Yeah, Spurs went and signed Davison Sanchez. Why weren't we in for him?
Yeah, I still don't understand that.
He's by nowhere near the finished article, but he's a fucking good centre back. Yeah, and a fully fit Davinson Sanchez is 10 times better than Per Mertesacker. End of story. Yeah, Mertesacker, and I'll stand by this, and I know I'm going to totally contradict myself by saying this. Yeah, Mertesacker is probably our best defender. Yeah, right. And I know that goes against everything I've just said, right? But he
says a lot, though, doesn't it?
His reading of the game,
is the best.
Yeah, is better than all of our other centre backs put together.
I agree.
The difference is he can read the game all he likes, yeah, but he ain't got the legs. So yeah, he might go, oh yeah, well this is going to happen in a minute, so I'll drop back 5 yards, so I've got a bit of space to. Yeah, by that time, bang, they're clean through. Yeah, you can't afford you can't have passengers, right? And, you know, I just look at it and I just think that Mertesacker and Ozil especially, them two, nah, they shouldn't be anywhere near a starting 11 for Arsenal. Nowhere near a starting 11 for Arsenal because both of them are not good enough to be at a level that you need to be at to compete across the whole pitch, yeah, for 90 minutes.
Okay, and the other person I wanted to touch on is Granit Xhaka. How do you believe his performance was yesterday?
Again, toilet. Absolutely toilet.
Him and El Nene, to be fair. I thought El Nene was anonymous yesterday.
I thought the whole team, bar Bellerin and Iwobi, was shit yesterday. I thought they were all shit. I thought Iwobi tried. I thought he was trying to do stuff, and I thought Bellerin, he was unlucky with a penalty. It's not a penalty, yeah. But the fact that you've gone in, you've given the ref no option.
That's my point. Yeah, I thought defensively his
just
position,
don't go in. Yeah, his
Horrible.
positioning was shit. But like I said, Ozil could have come around the back of him. Instead of pointing, he could have run around the back of him and covered that space anyway. So then the guy would have had to have checked back. Yeah, or he would have hit the ball off of Ozil and it would have gone for a corner or deflected out. But excuse me. But yeah, I think that Xhaka's a weird one, right? Because we know there's a player in there. We know that he's got something. Yeah, and again, people go back to, oh, he needs a proper holding midfielder next to him. Well, sorry, if you're a good player, yeah, you're a good player. End of story. It doesn't matter who you've got next to you. Right? Let's roll back the years to when Maradona, and I know I'm taking it to the extreme, but Maradona single-handedly won fucking Napoli a title. Yeah? And the rest of that team was shit. Let's be real. The rest of that team was shit. Right? So if Xhaka is as good as we keep making him out to be, yeah, we'd see it more than once every 6 months. Because that's all we've seen. We've seen the screamer against Nottingham Forest and the screamer against Watford. What else has he done?
But here's the thing, and an Arsenal fan in the chat room pointed it out perfectly well. For me, when I look at Granit Xhaka, I remember the fact that we paid more for this kid than we would have paid for Kante. And
God.
And it pisses me off every single time, especially when, all right, I know Chelsea lost yesterday, and that was hilarious. But at the same time, you can't be telling me that we're getting value for money. You can't be telling me that we got a better deal in Xhaka than Chelsea did for Kante, who's a better player for less money.
There's a couple of things there, right? They're different types of players for a start, yeah? But that's irrelevant. Because if you take Kante out of Chelsea and swap him with Xhaka, yeah, you're making Chelsea weaker and Arsenal stronger.
100%.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't care whether they're different types of players, right? The overall package for Xhaka was cheaper than the overall package for Xhaka is more expensive than it was for Kante. So why the fuck are we not going to buy Kante? Kante's on the same or similar money to Xhaka, and we paid more as a fee for Xhaka.
Mind you, he would have come. He even said he thought he was on his way to Arsenal.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
pains me even more. I would rather he just said I had no interest.
Yeah, that tells you again that Arsenal decided, do you know what? Yeah, we want him, but we're not going to pay more than X amount of pounds every week. Yeah? Come on. This is a fucking football club that's up there in terms of earnings with any club in world football. Why the fuck are we bidding and going, oh, well, we won't go above 80 grand a week? Why? Why would we not go above 80 grand a week for a proven Premier League player that done it and won the title with fucking Leicester? Yeah? He then goes to Chelsea and he's their best player. He's their best player and won another title. Yeah? Look at what we could have had. Yeah, and then we get Xhaka. Now, I'm sorry, I don't buy into this whole Xhaka's a fucking liability bollocks about red cards and all that. What Xhaka is a liability on is giving the fucking ball away in easy places. There was a point yesterday where he just passed it straight out of play. It was a simple 10-yard square pass. He passed it straight out of play. Just spooned off his shin and went out of play. Now, I'm sorry, I could have done better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? The amount of goals he has given up, and I know from when he gives the ball away, there's still a lot of work to do to score the goal. Yeah, but when you're giving it away just in front of your back three, yeah, there's not that much work to do to get a goal. Especially when you've got runners coming in from all angles from midfield. Yeah? He's offered up fuck all this season. Yeah, he's given away endless amounts of passes which have led to goals, and he should be dropped. I've said this for weeks. He should be dropped. He's fucking been shit, mate. Yeah, he's been shit. And, you know, he will keep getting a pass because he scored a screamer against Watford last season and he scored against Nottingham Forest or wherever the fuck it was. Yeah, and he does the odd 60-yard diagonal pass. Oh, wow, look at that. The fucking trophy ball. Yeah, it's true though, isn't it? Come on, man.
True.
Seriously.
It's true.
Yeah, when Arsenal fans stop fucking jizzing over shit like that, yeah, and stop jizzing over stats about... I see a stat, right? This is how fucked up football is, yeah? And this is how fucked up stats are. Granit Xhaka's got the best pass completion this season.
I can believe it.
He's got the best pass completion this season, yeah? Now, Leicester, how many goals did they give away? 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Stoke, how many goals did they give away? Oh, yeah, the one that cost us the game. There's 3 he gave away in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liverpool, how many goals did they give away? 1. So there's
Don't
4
you remember the
away.
Stoke game? The Stoke game, you almost did the same thing twice.
Exactly. Right. So there's 4 goals that I've just picked out straight away that he's given away this season, but it's all right. He's got the best pass completion this season. Fuck off, man. Do we win a title for that? No. Do we win a game for that? No. Yeah. When Arsenal fans stop looking at stats and actually watch the fucking game, yeah, then maybe we might move forward and go, do you know what? This player that we're putting on a pedestal ain't as good as we all think he is. Yeah. You know, Alexis Sanchez is another one. I love Alexis Sanchez. Yeah. And I love the fact that when he loses the ball, he goes and gets it back. But boy, he loses the ball a lot.
A lot. He does.
He does. And he's not getting a pass just because he's Alexis Sanchez, the best player we've had for 10 years. And I love him to bits, mate. I will never slag the guy off because I look at it and he does give the ball away a lot. He does, yeah. But I look at it and I go, mate, 30 goals last season. Yeah. Without them, where would we have been last season? We finished 5th with 30 goals. Or whatever it was he scored in the league, 23 goals, whatever it was. 22 goals, 24. Yeah. Take his goals out of the equation last season, we would have finished 8th. So he can give the ball away 100 times a game. He will go and get it back 80 out of them 100. And then he'll go and score the winner. I see a tweet the other day. Yeah, this is funny, right? He scored the winner for Chile in the last minute the other night. Yeah, about a week ago. It was the first of the 2 lots of games over the international duty, yeah? And I see a tweet from some guy. This is a massive account, yeah? Quite a big account. I won't say who it is, but it's quite a big account, right? And this guy loves Ozil. He put a tweet out there along the lines of, that goal sums Alexis Sanchez up, does fuck all for 90 minutes, and then walks off a hero because he scored the winner. Well, hang on. Didn't Thierry Henry make a career out of that? Didn't Ian Wright make a career out of that, doing fuck all for 90 minutes? Didn't Michael Owen make a career out of that? Yeah? That's what strikers do. Didn't Van Nistelrooy do that? Yeah? This is what top draw players do. They're anonymous at times for 90 minutes, but then bang, 1 chance goal, win the game. Yeah? Henry had loads of shit games. Loads. 100 shit games. But guess what? He still scored the winner.
And it's funny you should say that because I believe Lacazette is that type of player where I think if you can give him the correct service and as he gets embedded in the team, to me, in my opinion, this is what I would do personally. I would sell Ozil, and if Sanchez really wants to go, I would sell him. But I'd make sure that I bring in replacements for him, replacements that are going to give the service to Lacazette, because that's who I need to build the team around.
Yeah.
This is if I'm Wenger, by the way, for the next 18 months at least. So for me, whether you think I'm not convinced about Draxler, but if Draxler is that guy, bring him in. Personally, I'd be looking at Mahrez because I think he's a good player.
Mahrez all day long.
The man is now just sitting on the Leicester bench. I think give Leicester 30 million. I think they'll snap our hands off for it. And let's just bring him in and let's do the damn job. Because I think as it stands now, we have, whether you rate Alexis or Ozil or not, we have 2 players that want to leave and are perhaps not giving the service that Lacazette needs. Or in Alexis's case, he's not even getting into the team.
Yeah.
So you need to start thinking of ways to cure the team.
I agree with that, right? And I agree that Lacazette's that type of player. Lacazette can do nothing for 89 minutes. You give him 1 chance in stoppage time, bang, it's a goal. Yeah? But the problem is, Lacazette don't stay on until stoppage time. Yeah? Lacazette's going off after 65 minutes every fucking week. Yeah?
It's as Beastly Jabs in the chat room says, Wenger seems to have an agenda when it comes to Lacazette.
Is there a clause in this contract? I keep seeing this tweet go around. Is there a clause in this contract, that we have to only pay the 50 million if he plays 90 minutes every week? Yeah?
It wouldn't surprise you, though.
Right. Come on, man. He was on the bench at Liverpool. Yeah? Why? Yeah? He was on the bench at Liverpool. Come on, man. He sat there the week leading up to that game going, He did an interview on Sky Sports, I think it was. I think it might have been even with Thierry Henry. I can't remember. Yeah, it might have been, right? Going, yeah, I'm so happy I've signed for Arsenal. I want to be the difference in the big games. Yeah, they aired that video the week leading up to the Liverpool game, and then he's on the bench. Yeah, and it's like, didn't we spend 50 million fucking quid on you to go and score the winner at Anfield? Yeah, you're now sat on the bench and we're 4-0 down. Yeah,
I do think he had, and to be fair, let me be consistent with what I tweeted. I do think he had a quiet game yesterday, but like I said just a minute ago, I don't think
he was shit yesterday. Let's be real, he was shit. Yeah, he was shit yesterday. They were all shit, by the two I mentioned, right? But at the same time, a large percentage of goals are scored in the last 10 to 15 minutes of games. Yeah, a large percentage. And I've been banging on about this all season. Because every time he gets subbed, I say it again. Why are we taking him off? Because 10 minutes to go, that's when a team will open up against you because they'll think, do you know what? It's 0-0, 10 minutes to go, we've got a chance. Let's go forward. Yeah, and that's when you go, right, bang, Lacazette, in behind, see you later, and you know he ain't missing when he's one-on-one. Yeah, and we keep taking him off. You know, it's either, it seems to me like it's either Giroud or Lacazette. Why can't we play both?
Yeah. Why not?
You know, you look at France, yeah? France have Griezmann and Giroud. No coincidence that they're both smashing it. Yeah? They're playing Griezmann just off of Giroud. Yeah? And they're both banging goals in for fun for France. So why can't Lacazette be our Griezmann? Do you know what I mean? Play Giroud up top, he'll win the knockdowns. Lacazette's in. Yeah, I've said the same about Theo before. If we played Theo up front with Giroud, Theo would bang 30 goals a season. Yeah, I still think Lacazette can do that. Yeah, but he has to play 90 minutes every week. If he's fit, play 90 minutes. If we're 3 or 4-0 up and he's bagged 2 or 3 goals, take him off. That's cool. Yeah, but when he's not scored and it's a tight game, why are you subbing him for Giroud? Yeah, keep him on, sub a midfielder and put Giroud up top and change the shape. But we don't do it. Yeah, and I don't get paid 10 million quid to make these decisions. Because if it was me, like I've said, I don't rate Giroud as highly as some people do. Yeah, but 100 goals for Arsenal, you cannot knock that. Yeah, that's a good achievement. For 12 million quid, it's a fucking bargain, really, isn't it?
Yeah, he really has overachieved.
100%, and he does get a lot of criticism, right?
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that as well. To be fair,
mate, I fucking couldn't stand the geezer, and I still really can't stand the geezer. Yeah, right? He went 4 months without a fucking goal. Come on, man. Yeah, 4 months. This guy's our main striker. He went 4 months. Yeah, right. But let's be honest, he wanted to stay. He wanted to stay, and he wanted to fight, even after we signed Lacazette. Yeah, he could have fucked off to Everton and been their top boy. Yeah, instead he went, nah, I'm staying. It's a fair play to him. Yeah, he gets a pass for me. Yeah, and I just want to see that. I want to see both of them up front together. Yeah, and I want to see Sanchez one wing. Yeah, and I want to see maybe Walcott or fucking Iwobi the other wing with Mr. Missing behind them. Yeah, and then 2 holders. Do you see what I mean? So you got Giroud, you got Lacazette, you got your wingers, you got Mr. Missing, and a couple of holders. Then go with that, yeah, because then you've got fucking pace and you've got 2 strikers. You've got one big lump and you've got one quick whip it that can go in. And he's deadly when he's in front of goal. Yeah, but
I've got to ask you a question. I've got to ask you a question because I know we're edging towards wrapping things up. And Craig Davis, I basically dropped in the chat room. You know, everyone, guys, feel free to ask me and Lee any questions that you want to. And Craig Davis.
You're saying Craig David? I'm going to run a Monday for a drink.
That's his name? Yeah, Craig David. Yeah. He basically asked a question that I kind of want to know now. He said, Lee, where did you get that lampshade from? I need one.
What, that lampshade?
There was one that came into shot a minute ago. I think as you were walking.
Hang on. Them ones. Can you see them? Can you see them? What, that?
I think it's that one. Craig, is it that one? It must be that one. I'm pretty sure it is because I looked at that.
Wait, I got the matching little lamp as well. I think I got them from the range. Yeah, look, a little lamp there as well. Look. Yeah, I think I got them from the range. That was nothing to do with me. That was to do with the missus. It's just a case of I have to walk around like a lost puppy following her around the shops. Yeah, but she goes, "Oh, I fancy this. I fancy. Oh, let's get some lanterns. Let's get some candles. All that." It's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm just a lift to the fucking shop, and yeah. But yeah, I think I got them from the range. I think that's where we got them from. They were cheap as well.
Your lampshade is getting really over in the chat room. That's fantastic. Impressive lampshade FC. There you go.
Cheers.
We can't wrap things up without talking about Troy Deeney.
I knew you were going to come on to this. I knew you. I was actually getting worried that you weren't going to talk about it.
I'm not going to lie. I love this guy. I should hate him because he always bashes Arsenal, but he only says what, to be honest, every real Arsenal fan would truly think. Yeah. And I loved his interview. For anyone that hasn't seen this interview, I put it in the description below. As I put both of mine and Lee's Twitter handles in the description below, and Lee's channel, which you should go subscribe to. After subscribing to mine, so you should be doing all of that. All of that. And crushing the like button.
Yeah, before you move, don't say nothing. Let's just pause for 30 seconds. Let them all go and do that.
Do you know what I mean? Shall we give you guys a second while we talk amongst ourselves? While you guys do that. Go and crush the like button. And go hit that subscribe button. But, yeah, so Troy Deeney, right?
Troy
Deeney. He gave a 17-minute interview, which I thought was a brilliant one.
It was, mate, it was the best interview I've seen for years.
It to me should have been the most eye-opening thing to Arsenal players, because to me, it was an eye-opening interview as an Arsenal fan, because I knew it, but hearing it only confirmed it and made me think, wow, so they really think that about Arsenal. He basically, in a nutshell, this is what he said. Well, we knew that Arsenal don't tend to be up for it. And when he personally came on, he decided to jump with Mertesacker. This is what he actually said. He decided to jump with Mertesacker, and he saw that he didn't really want it. So he thought, okay, cool, I've got you now. And they played to that strength because they know, and I quote, that Arsenal don't really have the cojones for the game. Now, we know that as Arsenal fans, but to hear a player who scored yesterday,
a fellow professional for a rival team,
has a habit of actually haunting us all the time. Like last year, they were like, the reason that they beat us, or what he attributed the Watford performance at the Emirates last year, was that he said that, well, he heard that Arsene Wenger was kind of writing Watford up, and it kind of motivated the players thinking, what the fuck, who do you think you are? And it motivated them to get that result. And we saw another example of that. We saw that they assessed us, changed their shape, saw it was going wrong, then they brought Deeney on, and the game changed. Yeah. Why can't our manager do that? This is just one of the reasons why I've said it, and I know you've said it. I would have Marco Silva replacing Wenger tomorrow. I rate that guy so highly.
He's quality,
mate. He clearly has a good understanding of the game. And all I want is a manager that is tactically astute. What do you think about the Troy Deeney interview?
First things first, Marco Silva, I think, has lost 1 or 2 home league games in about the last 5 years. Yeah, to put that into perspective, I think Jose Mourinho is the only one who's got a better record. Yeah, like in terms of length of time. Yeah, and bear in mind the teams that Marco Silva's managed. Hull City. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've watched that whole Troy Deeney interview last night. Somebody texted me it last night and said, have you seen this? And I hadn't, because as soon as the game finished, I turned it off.
Yeah, like most people, to be fair. I saw it this morning.
I didn't want to sit there and watch, fuck off.
We didn't lack a mental strength.
We were meant to be jaded.
Penalty.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck
I want to hear that shit.
I've actually seen today him bitching about the penalty.
Penalty.
It's like, fucking come on, mate. You are fucked. Seriously, are you that thick? But coming on to the Troy Deeney thing, right? Somebody sent me that last night, and I sat there, and I thought, okay, I'm watching it, and it's like going to 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in, and this guy is ripping us, and we got cojones out in the studio, yeah, right? And Robbie Savage, yeah. I don't care what you say about Robbie Savage. That geezer's fucking hilarious on TV, right?
I'll be honest, I can't stand that motherfucker.
I think he's fucking class.
I can't
He is
stand that
such a
motherfucker.
lick ass. It is unbelievable, which is why I find it funny.
Owen, I hate both of them cunts. I'll be honest.
Keown I've blocked on Twitter. I think he's just such a Wenger cocksucker. It's unreal, right? Yeah, which is why I've blocked him. I've blocked him on Twitter. Fuck him, right? But what Troy Deeney said was absolutely nailed on, word perfect, what I've said for years. Yeah, we're lightweights. We don't like it up us.
Yeah.
Soon as I come on, I thought I'll go to Mertesacker and see if he wants it.
Yeah.
So I went up for a ball with him and realised he didn't want it. If I was fucking Mertesacker sitting watching that, yeah,
exactly.
I'd be thinking, where the fuck is this little fucker? I'm going to get him now. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you know what I mean? You'd be ready to burst. And you've got Keown sat there, and you've got fucking Robbie Savage sat there going, right, I can't imagine Patrick Vieira would have some of that. Yeah. Could you imagine, yeah, Troy Deeney having the balls to go and do that if that was Vieira? Petit,
exactly.
Adams, Bold, Keown, yeah? It wouldn't happen. And do you know why it wouldn't happen? Because it wouldn't have fucking happened. Yeah?
Exactly.
He wouldn't have been sat there saying it because he would have lost. Yeah? And he wouldn't have had a sniff. Instead, for years, this has continued on and on and on. Sam Allardyce started all this shit. I listened to Sam Allardyce the other day. He's been on TalkSport quite a lot recently, right? And I don't care what anyone tells me, yeah, this guy is a good manager, right? And he was fucked out of that England job, yeah. And I feel a little bit sorry for him, to be honest with you. And I think he'd be a good England manager, and I think he'd get us quite far in the tournament. But it's never going to happen now, so it's by the by, isn't it? But Sam Allardyce said that when he was Bolton manager, yeah, even this is when we had the likes of Henry and Fabregas and all that lot still there, yeah, like the latter days, right? He goes, when I was Bolton manager, I used to get my boys in, yeah, and I'd tell them straight, go and clatter Fabregas. Go and clatter him. See if he fucking wants it. Yeah. See if he wants it. Yeah. Go and have it with Henry. Yeah. Just get straight in on him. Dirty as you like, within the rules. Yeah. Just clatter him. Go and see if he fancies it on a cold, windy day up at Bolton. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, Henry did fancy it. Yeah. But Bolton had a good record against us. Yeah, with Allardyce as manager, yeah? But that was only because the rest of them were pussies, yeah? But Henry normally done all right, yeah? But yeah, that was his game plan. Go and stick it up him. Yeah, it's no coincidence that Tony Pulis is another manager of that mould, yeah? Got that little tag about him.
Yeah.
West Brom smashed us 3-1 last season. When he was Stoke manager, they used to beat us all the time. Yeah? Now, we got Troy fucking Deeney. Of all players, Troy Deeney. Come on, man. Yeah. This geezer ain't even fucking top 10 strikers in the league. Yeah? Right? But let's be real. I know he's never going to watch this, but let's be real. Yeah? He said everything we've all been thinking. Everything we've been thinking. Yeah? And I respect him for that. I don't rate him as a player. I think he's shit. Yeah? He's better than me. He's better than you. But he's in terms of footballers, he is not all that, right? Yeah. But in terms of what he fucking said, he's nailed on. And like, I see Martin Keown sat there, and Keown went, "I can't believe you're saying this." He goes,
"But you know the funny thing is, Keown probably thought you're spot on. To be fair,
yeah. But the funny thing is, Keown's looked at him and gone, "Wow, I can't believe you said it." I don't think he actually said, "I can't believe you say it." It was something along them lines. So he goes, "If I was listening to this in the dressing room, I'd be fuming right now."
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah,
he goes, "I'd be fuming right now." He goes, "I'd be baying for blood." Yeah, and it's true.
It's true.
Right? A fellow professional footballer has who has just finished the game. You're at that ground. He's just finished the game. You're still all in the changing rooms. Yeah. He's gone up and he's sat live on TV. That is in your dressing room as an Arsenal player. That is being beamed into your dressing room. Yeah. They will have BT Sport on, trust me. Yeah? And if they ain't...
sorry to interrupt, but they can dismiss things like Arsenal Fan TV, me and you, everybody on YouTube.
Trust, they watch Arsenal Fan TV, trust me.
That's what I'm saying. But they could dismiss it. They could dismiss it as, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not in the game. And they could even dismiss all the pundits on TV saying, oh, well, the game has changed since you guys played. Yeah. This is a motherfucker that just played you.
Yeah.
Just played you. And it said, you guys are soft. You're soft. That's basically what he said.
We know that when we play Arsenal, it's a case of go and stick it on them. See if they want it. Yeah? See if they're up for it. His words were, I came on the pitch and I thought, I've got Mertesacker up against me. Let's go and see if Mertesacker wants it. And he goes, and I went up for a ball and I realised Mertesacker didn't want it. He goes, so from that point on, we played to my game. Not his game, my game. And guess what? I scored, yeah? And we ended up winning the game. Yeah? Now, sorry, but this is no disrespect to any Watford fan watching or anybody from Watford, right? Because fair play, you deserved the win yesterday. Yeah? But this is fucking Watford.
Exactly.
It's not Bayern Munich. Exactly. Yeah, we can write off a fucking win against Bayern Munich or a loss, against Bayern Munich. It's Watford. Yeah? Come on, man. This team, you add up all their transfers combined, it probably costs less than fucking Ozil. Yeah? Come on, man. Seriously. And this team are giving it, well, yeah, what we do is we go against them and we go, you know what? We go up against him and we go, fuck it. Let's see if he fucking wants it. And if he don't want it, fuck it. We go to him and we'll see if he wants. And then, do you know what? We just keep hoofing the ball up. Fuck me. I'm not being funny, mate, but me and you can do better than that as Arsene Wenger. We can do better than that.
Here's the thing, though, right? So the chat room are having a massive fucking debate based on something we said about 5 minutes ago, right?
What have I done?
So 5 minutes ago, and I knew it would happen, right? I made a big statement, and I said that, and I know you said it before, and I said that I would have Marco Silva tomorrow.
100%.
Because
if anyone disagrees with that, then wow, seriously, he's better than Wenger.
And so people are like saying, "Oh, whoa, let's not go overboard." For me, sometimes it's not about the finished article. Before Wenger became Wenger, who was he? Just the same way.
He was just a fucking nobody rotting in Japan.
At least Marco Silva's come into the league, and all right, he's not had a big team, but he's shown to me someone who is tactically aware.
Right, let me put it another way. Let me put it another way. Go on. No, go on. Finish.
When he was at Hull, Hull were going, no, they were barely scoring a goal. Never mind winning games. Yeah. And all right, his win record at Hull wasn't great, but he at least dragged them to 6 wins in 18. Before that, I think they scored 3 goals and had lost about 15 games.
Yeah.
So let's everybody calm down. It's not such a far cry from me saying, "Oh, right, I'm not saying Alan Pardew. He's not Alan Pardew."
Let me put it this way, right? Let me put it this way, right? Because I'm going to get your chat room going to meltdown now. I'll take Tony Pulis. Tony Pulis over Arsene Wenger. Yeah, I would take Sam Allardyce over Arsene Wenger. In fact, I'd take Mr. fucking Blobby over Arsene Wenger. Yeah, because you know what? Every single one of them 3 I've just mentioned would do something different to the opposition they're playing. So if we're playing Watford, they go, do you know what? We're going to be in for a physical game today. So they play players who can deal with that. If we're playing Chelsea, it's, we can play pretty patterns today. Yeah? Arsene Wenger plays one style of fucking play against no matter who it is. Yeah? And then sits there crying about a fucking penalty that shouldn't have been given. Sorry, mate. It's Watford. We should be winning that game. Regardless, we could put the under-15s out. We should still win the game. Yeah? End of story. Marco Silva is a top-draw football manager. End of story. He's top draw. 100%. Yeah? The guy is fucking class. The guy spun that game on 1 substitution yesterday. 100%. Yeah? Troy Deeney sat in that studio. Yeah, and they said, oh, yeah, you come off the bench and you made a massive impact. He goes, yeah. And this is the calibre of Troy Deeney. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, Troy Deeney is not the best striker in the world, yeah? Mm-hmm. Far from it. He's not even in the top 10 strikers in the league. Right? Yeah. Troy Deeney sat there and they said to him, you come off the bench and you turn the game. He goes, yeah, I don't want to make a habit of that. I want to start games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that on live fucking TV. Can you imagine if that was Giroud sat there? Or like Giroud would
Yeah,
have gone,
Walcott.
well, yeah, or Walcott. Well, yeah, I come on, I've done really well, but it's on to the next game. Troy Deeney's like, no, fuck that. I don't want to fucking be a sub. I want to start. Yeah, fair
But do you
play.
know what? Do you know what I also liked about what Giordini then went on to say? He goes, but at least with some managers, they don't tell you why they're leaving you on the bench. That with Marco Silva, he at least manages him to a point where he tells him why he's starting on the bench.
Yes.
They've just brought Andre Gray in. They want to give him a bit of a run before they bring in Troy Deeney back into the team.
Yes.
But Troy Deeney is coming back from a long-term injury. That's the type of shit you want to hear.
Exactly.
You want to hear that.
But guess what? Yeah. Arsene Wenger don't do that shit. It's well, your name's Mesut Ozil, so you're back in the team. Your name's Aaron Ramsey, you're back in the team. Yeah. Your name's Giroud. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're back in the team. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Marco Silva, I'm telling you now, yeah, right? This is the easiest way I can compare it, right? Zinedine Zidane, yeah, had no management fucking skills whatsoever. The guy was a baller, one of the best footballers I've seen in my lifetime. Yeah, I will never forget that fucking Champions League final goal that geezer scored, man, where he just volleyed it in. Yeah, I think it was against Leverkusen. Yeah, just fucking bosh, straight in the top corner. I think it was a golden goal or whatever, or fucking whatever it was. Yeah, what a finish. Yeah, right. But the guy had never managed a football team in his life.
Exactly.
Yeah, never managed a football team. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, Zidane's now won 2 Champions Leagues and a fucking league title. Yeah.
But then also, conversely, and Buster Cherry just asked us in the chat room, and I completely agree with him.
Buster Cherry always comments on my videos, so I appreciate that, bruv.
Would Pep be able to do the same thing with Hull that Marco Silva was? Without money, mind you. Would he have been able to do the same thing?
Pep Guardiola, right? This is another myth that I'm going to quash, right? A lot of people go, "Oh, Pep Guardiola is a checkbook manager," right? Nah. When he took over at Barcelona, they had finished 3rd in the league the season prior to him taking over. They finished 3rd in the fucking league. Yeah, 3rd. This is a team with Messi, Iniesta, Piqué, Busquets, all the fucking superstars. Yeah, they finished 3rd. Pep Guardiola comes in and turns them into the best team I've ever seen. And they are the best team I've ever seen. Yeah, for a 3 or 4 year period, they were fucking unbelievable.
But do you think he's doing the same thing
right?
at Hull?
So what I'm saying is, if Pep was at Hull, he wouldn't get him on that level, but Pep could do it at Hull. But Marco Silva, I think with Marco Silva, he's not stupid, right? This guy knows he's good. Yeah, he knows he's good, right? You've only got to look at what he did in Greece. I can't remember what team was it. Olympiakos. Yeah, it was Olympiakos or Panathinaikos, one of them two. I can't remember. He managed them, right? He's then come to England and managed Hull City. Yes, they got relegated, but guess what? Premier League teams were queuing up to sign him up. Yeah, because of what he did with Hull in that short period of time when he was manager, right? He's now gone to Watford, and what are they? 4th in the league. Yeah, they're 4th in the league. They're fucking Watford Football Club. Yeah, their fans must be knocking one out. Yeah.
And the thing is, the only game that they played badly was against City. And to be honest, watching that City game...
They got fucked in that game. They should have 2 penalties in that game.
That result was a lot worse than the performance.
Yeah? 2 of them goals were offside. Yeah, and they should have had 2 penalties in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So, and I think one of them fucking offside goals, it was 1-0 at the time. Yeah. So they were still in the game. Yep. Yeah.
And that's why I knew yesterday's game would be difficult, because I think people saw that result and thought, "Oh, we're going to bang over Watford." And I'm like, we're not Man
City. We're not Man City. Yeah, Man City have got so much pace and power and so much depth in their squad. Yeah, we can't compete with that because Arsene Wenger's completely fucked us this summer. Now, Marco Silva, like I just said, yeah, he's not stupid. Watford's a stepping stone. Yeah. He will get a top job. 100%. This guy will land a top job at some point. Yeah. Look at Pochettino. Yeah. He's another example. Look at how them players run through brick walls for that guy. Yeah, they will do anything for him. Why is Harry Kane still at that football club? Why is Dele Alli still at that football club? They're there because of the manager. Because he's got it in their fucking heads that they can compete for the title. Yeah? If they don't compete this season, he'll get it in their heads again that they compete next season.
Yep.
If they don't compete next season, they're gone.
Yep.
Yeah, end of story. But they're there for this season and next season because he's got it in their heads that this is how we do it. This is what I want from you. You give me this, I'll give you a fucking start every week. Yeah, as soon as you don't give me this level of performance, you're out the fucking team.
You're out the fucking door,
yeah?
Exactly.
Which is why Christian Eriksen's fucking slide tackling cunts at right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he knows if he don't, he's getting dropped next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I look at it and I go, Arsene Wenger, this is why I'm so bang on Arsene Wenger out, because he's so 10 years ago. Pochettino's a better football manager than Arsene Wenger. I don't care whether he's Spurs. Yeah, he's a better football manager. He might not have won nothing. Yeah, he's a better manager.
I think he is.
If you put Pochettino in charge of Arsenal, would we have won the FA Cup last season? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you put Marco Silva in charge of Arsenal, would we won the FA Cup last season? Probably, yeah.
To me,
probably, yeah.
To me, I've said it before and I've said it again. Wenger is a financial manager. He's not a football coach.
Exactly. Arsene Wenger is a bank manager, mate.
Yeah, yeah? So that is
all he is, right? Now, there's a few managers in this league that I actually rate, yeah? Right? Pep Guardiola, I do rate, right? And I know he's spent an absolute fucking fortune, yeah? But I do rate him, yeah? I have seen the best football team in my lifetime under him, yeah? He turned a team that finished third into the team that dominated fucking European football for 6 years, yeah? Don't care what he does at City. Ain't interested in it. But within the space of 18 months, he's turned them into fucking possible fucking runaway champions. Yeah? Regardless of how much he's spent, the core of that team was already there. Yeah? The core of that team was already there. Right? Jose Mourinho. I don't give a toss what anybody says. Oh, he's disrespectful. He poked fucking Tito Villanova in the ear. And what? And fucking what? I see somebody tweet this the other week. Oh, yeah, he poked a cancer fucking... Somebody dying of cancer in the ear. Really? He did that a month before he was even fucking diagnosed with it. Yeah? So let's not fucking get agendas down the road here, yeah? Right? Jose Mourinho has won in 4 different countries. 4 different countries. You can say he's a checkbook manager. He won fucking the treble, quadruple, whatever it was, with Porto. And Porto got more money than us. No. Man United. Man United are the biggest club in world football. Maybe Barcelona and Real Madrid are on the same level. They're the only 3. They're away from everyone, them 3 clubs. So when Jose goes and spends 75 million on Lukaku and everyone goes, his first touch is shit. He's the Premier League top scorer. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? £75 million. If they go and win the title this season, it's worth fucking double that. Yeah, so who cares? If they win the title next season, it's worth double that. Yeah, so £75 million is nothing to a club of Man United size. They probably make that in interest overnight. Yeah, let's be real. Their sponsorship deals, they got about 60 fucking million fucking things sponsoring them. Yeah, come on, man. It's all relative. Yeah, Eddie Howe is another football manager I rate. Eddie Howe tries to play football, right? The only thing I say about Eddie Howe is when it's going wrong, he's fucking useless. Yeah. He is useless, right? But he's only young. He's the same age as me. And I'm looking fresh. Yeah, I'm only joking. But Eddie Howe's a good football manager, right? And that guy, in my opinion, will be England manager one day. Yeah? Marco Silva is in that mould. I put him in there with all of them. Because Marco Silva has come to this league, a year ago? He's probably not even been here a year. Yeah? And look at what he's doing. He's got Watford 4th. He nearly saved Hull, who were doomed. Yeah, it was just too big a job. Like, if he had took over that job 2 months earlier, he would have kept him up. Yeah, fact. But
I think so too. I think they hired him too late. That was the problem.
they got him in too late. And that's the thing, like a lot of Arsenal fans, and I swear it is only Arsenal fans as well, right? I got a lot of Chelsea fans that follow me on Twitter, and Chelsea fans are so realistic. They're like, we know we're not that great this season. We ain't going to win nothing. Yeah, whereas Arsenal fans go, oh, we're going to win this. We're going to... Why? Why do you think we're going to win anything?
To be fair, I know a couple of Chelsea fans. They like running their mouth when they want to. Trust me, they do. They do like.
Do you know what? You need to change your Chelsea fans up, mate. Every Chelsea fan, every Chelsea fan I know, and I follow and follows me. Every single one of them is so realistic. Yeah, same with Tottenham fans. All my Tottenham, I've got a lot of Tottenham mates as well. Yeah, right. All of them. Like one of my best mates is Tottenham, He's got a season ticket. He ain't been all season. He goes, fuck that, we're shit this season. Yeah.
Oh, really? Blimey, gosh.
He's got a season ticket. He goes, I ain't going all season. I was like, why? He goes, because it's Wembley. I know we're going to be shit all season. Yeah. He goes, but I'll pay my season ticket money. And then when we get into our new stadium, he goes, that's when you see the proper Tottenham again. Yeah. And he's got a point. They're shit at home. They barely scraped through a win yesterday. Yeah, and that's their first win at Wembley this season in the league. So, fair play to him. If he don't want to go, he don't want to go. He's paid his money. But, I just look at it and I just see that Arsenal fans are the most deluded fans on the whole planet. Like, I'm realistic. And then when I say what I'm saying, and it's my opinion, and I'm just saying it from the heart, what I see, people go, oh, you're a scumbag. You're fucking, oh, you're not Arsenal. You're not a proper fan. I've supported Arsenal 35 years. Yeah. I've seen life before this shit. Yeah. And Wenger and most of this squad, and most of them as well, I'm not even lying, most of them, they ain't good enough. But there we go. Fair play to Troy Deeney, I suppose.
All right. Well, let's move towards wrapping this up. But I did put out there earlier about some questions, and they've been flooded in ever since. And I ain't been keeping up with them, I'll be honest. But fortunately, Ola has actually texted me his questions. So
look at Ola sneaking in through the back door.
Ola has his roots. That's why I thought, forget this chat room shit. Let's just text me. So he's WhatsApp me.
Go on, Ola. Big up my brother.
He goes, why didn't Alexis and Ramsey... Sorry. Okay, so I'll put this a slightly different way. Why weren't Alexis and Ramsey included in the squad? Because surely it's not because they travelled a mile, because other players from the other part of the world all play for their respective clubs and fought the cause. Now, that was a criticism I saw a lot on Twitter, and that was about the fact that, why were these players rested? A lot of players who played yesterday for different clubs also travelled, and they never and they were never rested. Now, to be fair, in my preview, I also rested Alexis, but I played Ramsey. Did I play Ramsey? Yes, I did play Ramsey as a number 8 next to Xhaka.
Yeah.
What do you think about that decision now? Now that obviously we know how things panned out.
Ramsey, I'm shocked. Regardless of how shit he was for Wales the other night against Ireland, he's been all right for us this season. So yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he didn't start. It's not like he travelled fucking all the way around the world, is it? Come on, let's be real. They were playing in Wales. Yeah, it's like a 3-hour drive, right? So yeah, shocked he didn't start. Alexis Sanchez, I can understand that one because he's gone halfway around the world. And he didn't get back until late Friday. Yeah, which Wenger said in his press conference on Thursday that Sanchez ain't even back. Yeah, he's not back till tomorrow, which was then Friday.
I rewatched it after watching your preview. I was like, oh yeah, it just said that.
Yeah, so he said he weren't back till Friday, and he actually got back late afternoon Friday, I think. So
yeah,
I can sort of understand the Sanchez one. Yeah, so I ain't even going to go to town on that. But Ramsey, mate, you played in Wales. Yeah, you played in Wales. You played at the Cardiff Stadium, the Cardiff City Stadium or whatever it is, or fucking Millennium Stadium, whatever they call it. Yeah.
What if it was a mental disappointment from missing out on the World Cup? Which, let's face it, Wenger likes saying shit like that.
I've seen a lot of people tweeting about that, right, saying, "Oh yeah, how can a fucking player be fucking blah blah blah?" It's all hearsay. Has Alexis Sanchez come out and said he's pissed off that he ain't qualified and that he's so pissed off he can't play? No, but guess what? Because Alexis Sanchez wants to leave Arsenal and because Man City wanted him, it's a stick to beat him with. Yeah? Let's beat Ozil instead. It's so much easier. Yeah? It's so much easier. That cunt don't turn up for a game. At least Sanchez rocks up.
True.
Yeah?
Moving on to Old Trafford Champions section, a regular in the chat room.
Good boy as well.
Good guy.
He subscribed to me too.
Yep. He goes, excellent question, by the way. One of the best questions I've seen in the chat room for some time. He said, if you had the choice to bring back a retro Arsenal manager to save us between Graham, Chapman, Alisson, Whittaker, Bertie, me, who would you bring and why?
That's a fucking great question.
That's an excellent question, isn't it? Honestly, great question.
That's a tough one as well, because if you look at the caliber of managers listed, I can't go beyond George Graham. George Graham for me.
Just to sort out that damn defence.
And I'll tell you why George Graham, right? I grew up in the George Graham era. Yeah. So I've seen the ball's going and everyone's like arms up, like, and they're all looking down the line. Even though they ain't offside, everyone's arms up in unison. Yeah. It was like clockwork. As soon as the ball's played forward, arms up. And they just all stood still. Yeah. Sometimes it wouldn't pay off and they'd go and score a goal. Yeah. But 99 times out of 100, you persuaded the linesman to give offside even when it weren't offside. Yeah? Because you were just so fucking polished with it. It was just like, as soon as the ball's offside. Yeah, and I think that something George Graham gives the football club is that it's the will to win. You know, look at Anfield 89. We went there without a prayer. Yeah? Without a fucking prayer against the best team in the world. And they were Liverpool, man. They were fucking awesome, yeah? And we had to win by 2 clear goals. Yeah, and at half-time, if you hear the stories he said like about half-time, he's like, we can do this. We've got this. Just stick to it. Stick to the game plan. Stay tight. Stay compact. We've got this. Just don't panic. We've got it.
For some of those kind of younger viewers that wondering, what was Graham really like, right? Now, in the early days of me watching Arsenal, you used to hear stories about how he used to get in constant rows with like players, but like to motivate them, and how Adams will tell this story himself. Adams, when he came to Arsenal, was quite like a bit of a timid player, but that Graham actually forced him to bring out that fight, bring out that leadership, and it was Graham that instilled a lot of that battle in all of the defence.
Well, look at Martin Keown last night. Martin Keown last night said that George Graham told him he was too nice. Yeah, and the little Troy Deeney bit last night, Martin Keown's going, Keown George Graham told me I was too nice as a centre-back. He goes, you need to start getting angry and start getting horrible. Yeah, and that's what he brings. I love George Graham, man. I think George Graham, in my opinion, is the best football manager Arsenal have ever had. Yeah, I will always think that. Like,
Chapman.
The others, Chapman, See, it's a tough one, right? Because Chapman was class. Yeah, he was class, and it was fantasy football. Yeah, and then you've got Bertie Mee who won a double. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's the first manager, yeah? So it's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a brilliant question. It's a
tough one, right? And then you've got Alisson as well. We followed on from fucking Chapman. It's just like, it's a tough one because we've had so many good managers over the years. But I suppose the reason I've picked George Graham is because I grew up watching Arsenal under George Graham. Yeah, so it was a case of I grew up with Paul Davis, I grew up with Paul Merson, I grew up with Ian fucking right. Yeah, that was my team. Yeah, while all my boys at school were supporting Liverpool and Man United, I was the one going, yeah, fuck you, I support Arsenal. Yeah, and they're like, Arsenal? You ain't winning nothing.
let me put this into perspective for you, right? Rachel, who's taking a lot of heat in the chat room because she's a Wenger-in, right?
Oh, wow. Is there still Wenger-ins out there? Fair play to Rachel.
There is a couple, but even she's saying George Graham was the real deal. and
Proper.
even she would pick.
Yeah, mate, trust me, George Graham, right? Do you know what I like about him, yeah? Right, and people dismiss George Graham because he took a bung and he got sacked, yeah? Arsene Wenger's been taking a bung for 20 years. Yeah, right? George Graham took a 400-gram bung on a player, yeah? Got caught out, got sacked. I guarantee you now, if we'd had George Graham in the Champions League final, yeah, we would have won it. Even with 10 men. Yeah, even with 10 men, we still would have won that final if George Graham was manager. If he had got him in at half time, and he was the manager, we would have won that game. Fact. Yeah, because the guy, and I'm shocked he's never really done it in football since. I know he went to Spurs. This is how good he is, yeah? This is how fucking good George Graham is. He went to Spurs and won him a cup. Yeah, and they were shit. And he won him a cup. Yeah, that's how good he is. Yeah, and that's why people don't like him, because of two things. He took a bung and he went and managed Spurs. Yeah, but he still went to Leeds in between Spurs, so fuck that shit, yeah? George Graham's the best manager Arsenal have ever had.
Boy, and let me make this the last question, which was from the Arsenal fan, Marco. Which obviously...
Evening, Marco, another good lad.
Good lad, a young lad, but very knowledgeable.
I'll tell you what, right? If anyone, I know I'm plugging his channel here on your channel.
Oh,
right?
no, I was about to myself. We were racing to do it, but go ahead.
Yeah, right, trust me, go and follow this guy's channel, the Arsenal fan, yeah? This guy, right, is an overseas Arsenal fan, yeah? This guy knows his shit, so go and follow his channel. Yeah, if you ain't subscribed, go and subscribe to his channel. Marco, you can thank me later.
Good lad as well. And at some point, Marco, we need to work out you being on the show at some point. We've kind of almost got together and done it. And then because of the time difference, it's based in Canada, so it's always really difficult. But
Chris, come on, man. I did a podcast at 1 o'clock in the morning the other day, man. Seriously, come on, bro. You can stay up.
You can stay Marco, up. Bro. You got to get up your game, Marco. Up your game. But no, good guy. Good guy.
Yeah,
and he knows his stuff. So. And he asks, if Mesut Ozil and Sanchez leave in January, and Wenger does a Wenger and doesn't buy anyone, where do Arsenal finish in the league?
To be honest, I don't think Ozil's a big loss. I think we've got players that offer more in terms of goals. I think Ramsey has scored more goals than Ozil. I think Iwobi had scored more goals than Ozil. So Ozil's not a big loss for me. He could leave tomorrow and it wouldn't be an issue for me. Sanchez, on the other hand, I still think he will be our top goal scorer come the end of the season if he stayed. If he goes in January, then we're not even getting Europa League. We ain't going to finish top 6. And the reason I say that is you look at the teams around us. I know Everton scraped a last-minute penalty equaliser today. Yeah, what's the bettings we go and turn them into fucking a prime Barcelona on Sunday? Yeah, they're just going to be up for it. You know it. Like, they've been shit all season. You know they're going to put a performance in. So, and this is what teams have got against us now. Yeah, remember when Fergie left United, the fear factor had gone. Yeah, so everyone was going and blitzing Man United. Like, records were being broken left, right, and centre. Yeah, and that's what Arsenal have now got. Yeah, it's a case of, well, that ain't top 4 anymore. They've had that little safety net for 20 years. Yeah, teams ain't scared of us anymore. Which is why I said this. I'm sure I said this after Stoke. Yeah, I might be wrong, right? But I'm sure I said this after Stoke. Yeah, we are going to get bantered off away from home all season. Yeah, and we are. And if Sanchez leaves in January, we're fucked. Regardless of whether we got Lacazette, we are fucked. Yeah.
Because as much criticism I've laid at Sanchez, if we don't have Sanchez and then don't even bring in someone to at least supplement that, we are fucked.
The thing with Sanchez is that he is that one player in our squad. Yeah. Forget Lacazette. Lacazette's a poacher. Yeah. He is the one player in our squad that can just do something out of nothing. Yeah. Like, look at the goal he scored against Cologne. Yeah, it's an overhit pass down the fucking line. Yeah, he's cut inside, and I've watched that goal 1,000 times on repeat. Yeah, right. it's unreal, and the keeper don't even move. It's that good a strike. It's like the keeper thinks it's going wide. Yeah, he can
Oh, hello.
do gave us the lead. Yeah, and that goal gave us like the
Well, Lee, you're cutting out if you can hear me, mate. You're cutting out if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Yeah,
Can,
sorry,
yeah.
how disrespectful. Yeah, somebody just. Sorry, mate. But yeah, he's. Do you know what I mean? He's got the cheek to text me saying, "Ring me," as I timed him. Yeah, all right. If I wanted to talk to you, I'd answer the phone, wouldn't I? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, but he's the one player in our team that can do something out of nothing. Take him out the squad in January, 7th, 8th, maybe. So yeah, good question, man. But to be honest, I don't think we'll sell either of them in January. I honestly don't think either of them will go in January. I think both of them will go on a free, because I think the team that are coming for Sanchez in January will only be Man City, and Arsenal will go, bollocks, we ain't doing that. So then he'll go to Man City for free. Nobody will come in for Ozil in January, because nobody will pay a fee for him plus the wages he wants.
Yeah. He wants 330k. Are you crazy, bro?
Let's be honest. In the summer, when he's free, they'll be lining up for him. Yeah, they'll queue up for Ozil in the summer for a freebie, but they ain't going to pay 30 million quid and the wages. Yeah. But for free, they'll do it. They'll just pay the wages, and it's happy days, isn't it? Sanchez, Man City wanted him. They bid 60 million quid, and he had a year left. Yeah. They will come back sniffing in January.
They'll come back. I agree.
But Arsenal will be so fucked by January that they'll just have to reject it. Yeah, and then he'll go there on a freebie in the summer anyway.
Freebie. Yeah. I guess that kind of brings a close to everything. I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple of people I've seen in the chat room. So, Colin, much Arsenal. I've seen you pop up in the chat room, mate.
Yes, Colin, top boy.
Go and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Arsenal fan, as I mentioned earlier.
Top boy.
And Ola, I don't know what's going on with you, bruv. Are you still putting out material? Because I ain't seen a new video from you in a bit.
Come on, Ola. Step your game up, buddy.
But, yeah, I mean, Ola and Lee, for those of you who are watching.
Sorry to cut you off. Everybody in the chat room, fair play to him for sticking around for so long and commenting and all that. I know I waffle on.
I was literally just about to say, like, at one point we've had over 150 people
that's decent,
constantly so on a Sunday night to hear us rabbit in.
Man. People are that they want to listen to me that much. Yeah. Mate, I don't shut up. I'm like, I've got verbal diarrhea half the time. You know what I'm saying?
But thank you guys so much.
Just sat there going, "Shut the fuck up and hurry up on the podcast." You know?
And also, I've just seen him say something in the. I've just seen him say something in the chat room. I didn't even realise he was listening before. Tops is in the chat room. Arsenal Match TV.
Yes, Tops.
As another friend of the show, go and subscribe to him. And thank you to you, Lee. You know you're my brother.
Thanks for having me on again.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Just plug your stuff. Let people know where they can find you, bro.
Right, if you want to listen to my ramblings, then you can follow me on Gunnerbang. So type that into YouTube, Gunnerbang. You can't miss it. It's got the silly little face. You know when I've not got my proper face on here? You can't miss it. Type in Gunnerbang on YouTube. You'll see my little face. Subscribe to that. And Lee Gunner82 on Twitter. I'm currently private. So...
Yeah, it's weird having you private.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm filtering people that follow me because I've got way too many fucking idiots, that want to chat shit about me daily because of what I talk about Arsenal, right? So I've got all these fucking dickheads that want to run their gums about me, about, he's a paedophile, he's a nonce, he's a fucking sex offender. I get it daily, mate, right? These are the same people that just sit there chatting shit day in, day out. They dedicate their whole lives to talking about me. Yeah, I'm just living my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anybody who does want to follow me, and I obviously am private. Yeah, if you can't, if I don't accept your follow request, it's because I've filtered your shit. Yeah, and you follow people that I don't want to associate with. So, sorry, I'm just letting you know in advance. If you do want to follow me, then it's Lee Gunner 82.
Yeah, and just some advice, because I just seen Rachel's message in the chat room, right? And I know she liked Wenger in. You might not want to follow me.
No.
I'll be honest.
She can follow me if she wants, man. To be honest, I'm just real. I just say what I see. People get the ump with it. If people want to get the ump with it, that's cool. But if you're Wenger in, right? I'll give you an example. There's a guy called Jack, yeah? Right, on Twitter. You know who Jack is, isn't it?
Yeah, good guy.
Right?
I actually quite like Jack.
Really nice guy, right?
Yeah.
This
Gets
guy,
a lot of heat for some reason, but I quite like him.
Is so Wenger in it is unbelievable. Yeah? But me and him get on great. Yeah, because I see what he's saying. He's not disrespectful. We don't name call and all that bollocks. Yeah, and we have an adult conversation. The biggest Wenger in the fucking world is Ty. Yeah, I know Ty. I've spoke to him umpteen times. Yeah, and I've said to him straight, I respect what you're saying because you know what? Yeah, you never fucking change. You will be Wenger in to the death of you, whereas I'm Wenger out to the death of me. Yeah, right. So. You know, if you stick to your guns and you're not a flip-flop, we get on great. If you want to flip-flop after a couple of results, then don't follow me.
That's true. That's true. It's the flip-floppers. It's true. It's the flip-floppers.
That's why he's still got a job, mate. But that's a whole new podcast.
Yeah, true. True. And also, if I don't shout him out, I think he'll combust. Yes, Beastly Jabs, shout out to you.
Yes.
Blimey. But yeah,
you've made his night now, isn't
it? He's been asking me for literally non-stop for about 5 minutes. Like, yes, mate, at least talking. Give me a second. But yeah, I go subscribe to Gunnerbang. It is not just because he's my boy. It is legitimately my top 5, one of my top 5 favorite.
No, nice one, man. So I've just gone over 6,200 subs as well. So yeah, anybody who's subscribed to me who's listening to this, fair play to you. Yeah, and I want 10K by Christmas. So I need to step my game up. I need to step my game up.
Get that. So if you want to be one of them ones that say, Lee, I followed you from the beginning, go subscribe to him now. Go subscribe to him now. Also, while you're at it, there's a small little movement that's happening here. So definitely subscribe to me.
All day long.
I have guests all the time, as much as I possibly can. I know people bitch and moan about the fact that whenever I use my webcam, the picture doesn't quite match the voice, and I know that. I'm aware of that. I'm actually in the process of moving flats. So hopefully, once I do that, I'll get everything set up proper, camera, boom mic, everything. You guys will be happy. I was even talking to Lee.
I'm just disappointed that you ain't got the shades on.
Do you know, Smug Chris is coming. Smug Chris is coming. Don't worry about that.
No, don't worry, man. We got Man City in a few weeks, mate.
He's coming. So, but please do subscribe to me. I'm going to bring you. And also crush that like button. People underestimate how important that like button is to people that make YouTube videos. It's really, really important. I appreciate it every time you guys do it. So if you've enjoyed what you've heard, please hit that like button. And even if you ain't, just do it for the fuck of it. Humor me and crush that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. In the meantime, I guess we better get out of here and leave you guys to your Sunday night or your Sunday afternoon. So take care, people. Thank you, everyone in the chat room, for joining.
Thank you.
And peace. Take care. Peace. We're out of it.
Peace.